Welcome back to WordStream English. Today, we're diving into what it's really like to arrive in a city you've never visited before. Mark, can you tell us what went through your mind the moment you stepped off the train in Florence?
Absolutely, Sarah. The excitement was overwhelming, the beautiful architecture, the smell of fresh bread, people speaking a language I barely understood. But that thrill quickly turned to panic when I realized I'd forgotten the hotel address, a mistake many travelers make.
That's a classic scenario. Forgetting important details can happen to anyone, especially when you're distracted by new sights. It reminds me of statistics showing 64% of travelers report losing track of their accommodation info at least once. Why do you think this is so common?
It's easy to underestimate how disorienting a new environment can be. The brain is busy processing unfamiliar sounds, signs, and routes. Plus, people often assume their phone or memory will back them up, but tech can fail or details can slip through the cracks.
That's a good point. As we transition to the next part, let's unpack some of the useful vocabulary and phrases travelers need in these stressful moments. Mark, when you realized we were lost in a foreign city, you mentioned retracing our steps. Can you break down what that means for our listeners and why it's such a useful phrase abroad?
Sure thing. To retrace your steps is to physically walk back the way you came, hoping to remember a forgotten path or spot familiar landmarks. It's a practical strategy, especially when GPS isn't available. Think of it as rewinding a movie to find a missed scene.
We also heard the expression unbelievable often used to express surprise or frustration. How can learners use this in everyday conversation, not just when traveling?
Great question. Unbelievable fits a range of situations, from missing a bus to seeing a stunning view. It's an emotional word that adds color to your speech. For example, the sunset tonight was unbelievable. Or, I forgot my keys again, unbelievable.
Before we move on, let's compare how these phrases might sound in a different context, like getting lost in a shopping mall versus a city. The principle is the same, but the stakes can feel much higher when you're abroad. Now, let's talk about what happens when technology fails. Our phones were nearly dead, marks even shut off. What strategies did we use to cope, and how can listeners apply these if they find themselves in a similar jam?
Losing tech can feel like losing your lifeline. We started by calming down and looking for analog clues, like photos saved earlier or memorable landmarks. Studies show that pausing to regroup actually improves problem solving under stress. We also leaned on teamwork. Two heads are better than one.
That's a crucial point. Many travelers panic when disconnected, but pausing for water or a deep breath can clear your mind. Imagine a scenario where you have no map, no translation app. What's the first thing you'd recommend?
My advice, rely on your senses and memory. Look for unique details, colorful signs, statues, even street smells. If possible, ask a local using simple English or gestures. Most people are eager to help, and it's a great chance to practice language skills in real life.
Excellent suggestions. Transitioning from panic to problem solving is a skill every traveler and language learner should develop. As we wrap up, let's revisit some idioms and expressions that came up today. Mark, can you explain walking in circles and how it helps learners understand real conversations?
Of course. Walking in circles means you're not making progress, literally or figuratively. It's often used outside travel too, like when someone can't solve a problem at work. Idioms like this make speech sound natural and fluent.
We also heard jog my memory and combo. How would you encourage learners to use these in daily life to sound more like native speakers?
Jog my memory is perfect when you're close to remembering something. For example, that photo really jogged my memory. Combo is a fun, casual way to say combination, like what a combo. When two things happen together. Using these makes your English lively.
Real-world application is key. Next time you're lost literally or in conversation, tree out these phrases. It's all part of navigating new experiences, both in travel and language learning.